Mr. Manzano, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. Second offense, you're facing up to a year in jail and a $4,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 180 days in jail to be probated for 15 months. You need to understand something, and let me make this loud and clear for you. This is now a second DWI. You pick up another.
This is the moment the reality check hits at just 20 years old. He's already looking at the possibility of a decade in prison if he Think about that. Most people are just starting college at this age, and he's staring down felony time. Do you think the judge is being too harsh here, or exactly as strict as needed?
Another one, what happens?
Felony.
Right. Minimum 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. And you don't have to be falling down piss-ass drunk for them to file a felony on you. All you need, because they're going to look at your record, you get pulled over, just strong odor of alcohol, that's all they're going to need. And then boom. That's it.
Only 20 years old, Judge.
Freaking 20. When was the first one?
It was last year, Judge, in Magnolia, in Montgomery County.
None? How are you? Even if you've had a sip of alcohol, I would never, even if you're 72, get behind the wheel, because you're only going to hose yourself. If I find that you test positive while you're on this probation, I'm going to put you in a rehab facility. Do you understand? I want him tested a lot. He has two bond violations.
He's got an ankle monitor on him, Judge. And he would prefer to keep that.
I'm not taking it off.
Yes.
Right. You will be required to have this gram while you're on this probation. I can't pay for it though, so get ready. You know.
How much that cost, Judge? $350 a month?
East.
Understand?
Not allowed to drive either. I'm suspending your license for a year. Do you understand? Mr. Manzano, you're giving up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal once you accept this agreement. You can never change this, undo this. You are stuck with this for the rest of your life. Do you understand?
Yes.
I want you to understand something. You have 2 bond violations, and you've only been on bond for roughly around 180 days. Get ready, because you test positive one time. I will issue a warrant for your arrest. Number one, you're looking at 180 days, but you will stay. It's not going to go well. A minimum of 9 months in a treatment facility. If you respond well to treatment, up to a year and a half in a facility in the jail. Do you understand? To successfully complete this thing. Has he already done a TRAS, Shatori?
Not yet.
You must do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what conditions you may need. If they assess further conditions, you must follow those conditions. Do you understand? They may say residential treatment. Due to the fact that you have 1 DWI, not long ago, you have now another DWI, now you've got 2 bond violations, they may say residential treatment. So get ready. A DWI repeat offender education class, 3 victim impact panels, 90 20 Alcoholics Anonymous meetings. I say we like get that done pretty quick, you know, because he has a real recent violation. So let's do maybe 3 per week for the first now, starting up now, 3 a week.
You could do more. You could have done.
Yeah.
They have them there.
Well, no. I'm doing this in a specific way so that it lasts for a long time. I don't want you to do all of them at one time. I want to do 3 a week, and that's how we're going to do it, because I want them to last for a long time. I don't want you to do them all in 1 or 2 weeks. No. Do you understand? We are going to craft a plan for you. I'm going to have you meet with clinicians. You're going to be evaluated to see how we go forward, because Mr. Manzano, I don't know you. I've never met you before. All I know is how you look on paper, and it just doesn't look good for a 20-year-old. So the idea is that we craft a plan so you don't kill someone out there and end up with a 40-year sentence, because that happened not 3 days ago. Do you understand? No drugs, no alcohol, no breath test refusal, meaning that if you're pulled over in a car and an officer asks you to submit to a breath test, you must do it. If you don't, you're in violation of this probation. $100 one-time donation to Mothers Against Drunk Driving, 30 hours of community service, and a guardian interlock. Are you in high school now? What are you doing? Did you graduate from high school?
Yes.
Okay.
Judge, you said guardian.
This part's fascinating. Normally, a guardian interlock device is a strict condition for DWI cases. But here's the twist. He doesn't even have a valid driver's license. So the court is essentially layering restrictions on top of restrictions. It raises a question: how do you enforce driving laws on someone who legally isn't allowed to drive in the first place?
Interlock?
Right. So what happens is we have this order that we send to the Texas Department of Public Safety so that DPS in Austin puts something in their system so that every officer in the state knows that if you're pulled over, you're supposed to have a guardian interlock. So if you're driving a car that doesn't have a breath test device and they see you driving without it, they're going to arrest you.
He has no driver's license, Judge.
So this is what we'll do is we're now making another condition that he's to get his driver's license. Are you here with permission in this country?
No, he's not, Judge.
Okay, so then he can't get his license.
He'll never get a license.
You need to understand one more thing. You were lucky to be out. You go to jail and immigration finds you, they're going to put a detainer on you. Do you understand? So you have a lot to lose.
You still wanted him to get a guardian interlock?
Well, yes, we're going to do the order so that DPS knows it, but what we'll do is we'll have him with the scram. Okay, how do you plead to the offense, sir? Guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to send you to all these conditions. Get ready, because I'm going to follow what the TRAS says, and whatever it says, that's what we're going to do. Do you understand? Okay, all right, guys.
Thank you.
So just waive his fees, and to me, I don't care about the money. It's never about the money. It's you doing what you say you're going to do and doing it the right way. That's what I care about. All I'm trying to do is prevent someone from dying on our roads because we don't need it. And you don't need to go to jail for 40 years because I'm telling you, every single day, someone dies from a DWI in our county. It's disgusting. Don't. When it's so easy, all you have to do is one freaking button on your phone, $30 will take you anywhere you need to go in this county. How much money have you spent the last 3 years on DWIs? When $30. Do you know what I mean? Hit the flipping button next time. For the next 15 months, your butt's mine though. You test positive, I'm gonna light you up. Do you understand? All right. This is Mr. Strong.
Yes, sir, Your Honor. Judge, I believe the state is moving from a sort of a family member to a plain assault.
This is a big deal. A really, really big deal. With an assault of a family member, there is an affirmative finding of family violence. And what that means, if you ever pick up another one, you're looking at a third-degree felony, a minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison, because they can use one plus another one to make them into a felony offense. Do you understand? So you need to be very careful. I would say 95% of the people that are in jail now are there because they have no self-control. They get upset, they wig out, and they do whatever they want to do without thinking of, if I do this, what's going to happen? If I say this, what's going to happen? And that's what you need to do.
I was teaching that yesterday.
It's not hard. That's what we're going to do now to try to give you the tools so that you think in the future of consequence. If I do this, what's going to happen? Do you understand? What you're doing now is you're entering into what's called a deferred adjudication. That is a type of probation that if you complete it successfully, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. It's the next best thing to a dismissal, but it's not dismissed. You can't, if you complete it, you can't tell people it was dismissed. You just do the probation, you complete it successfully, and you don't end up with a conviction. Do you understand? For you to complete it successfully, you must do what's called a TRAS. That's an evaluation to see what conditions you may need. If they assess conditions, you must fulfill those. No drugs, no alcohol, mental health caseload, and to get your GED. That is probably one of the most important things out of this. Sure.
I am still doing the online school at the moment. I graduate this June.
Great. You're going now faithfully? Okay. It's really, really important. You can't go through life without a minimum, a high school diploma, because you will earn, I promise you, you will get menial, meaning you won't get a good job at a minimum with a high school diploma. There is a correlation, a curve. The more schooling you have, the more money you make. That's life. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. That's why the more education you have, the harder something is, the more money you make. You understand? Are you dad? Come on up.
This is Mark.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for coming. The most important thing, I think, is that we learn self-control, number one. Number two, that he graduates from high school.
Yes, sir.
And I will make you a deal. The minute you get your high school diploma, we'll take you off.
Yes, sir.
There's no need for you to be on this thing for an entire year. All you need to do, learn so that you don't come back and get your high school diploma. And once you do that, we'll terminate you. It's never about the money. I don't care about the money. We'll waive all your fees. I can't pay for outside vendor stuff. But as far as stuff here, we'll take it off so you don't have to owe anything.
Sir, do I have to call Mr. Dixon when I get it to let him know?
Well, no, because we'll have you report directly with probation. You have to understand, though, that you give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You're saying you don't want a trial, you don't want to talk to witnesses, confront and cross-examine the people who are accusing you. You can't appeal this thing. Once you accept this agreement, you're entering into a contract with us. This is an agreement. You either complete it successfully, or if you don't, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest, and you're looking at a whole year in jail. You understand? Meaning, if you don't do your stuff on time, if you pick up a new case, if you consume illegal drugs like marijuana, if you consume alcohol, these things will land you back in jail.
Sir.
I'm going to bring you out. We're going to have a hearing. If they prove it to me that you violated this agreement, you're looking at a whole year in jail.
Did you catch that? The judge literally told him to find another outlet like punching treasons to the people. It sounds almost humorous, but beneath that advice is a serious legal point. Anger, management, and self-control can be the difference between probation and prison. Let me ask you, do you think unusual advice like this actually sticks with defendants?
You understand?
The smartest thing for me.
Who's the complaining witness in this
His
case?
father, Judge. Right here.
So I don't want you to have threatening, harassing contact with dad. We all get upset with our dad, but he's here for you. If he didn't care about you, he wouldn't be here. Do you know how many kids I see here that have no parents here at all? Be happy that you have a father, because you only get one. And sometimes they're going to disagree with you. They're going to. It's just a matter of time. But if you get upset, find another release. Find another outlet. Go beat up a tree. I have a friend who's got a calcified knuckle. It looks like a humongous nipple because it's so big. Because when he gets upset, he goes outside and he punches trees. That's what he does. His knuckle is literally this. Find a release, not on a person. Do you understand? All right. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I'm not going to find you guilty. I'm going to wait. I'm going to give you a year. But once you graduate high school, I'll cut you loose.
Yes, sir.
No dope, no alcohol. All right. Good luck, my friend. All right. If you need anything, if he starts acting up, come back, let us know. We'll take care of business. Be nice. It's not hard. Okay, guys. Good luck.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Yes, sir.
Good morning, sir. Sir, you're charged with criminal trespass. You speak English?
Yes.
Okay, you're charged with criminal trespass. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
On February 3rd, 2025, an officer was dispatched to the student-only lobby at the University of Houston in Harris County, Texas, in reference to an unidentified suspicious person standing in the student-only lobby, accessible only by students and authorized staff with their key cards after operating hours. The officer observed the defendant standing in the student-only lobby after the operating hours. The defendant was identified and recognized by a witness who had previously warned the defendant about being on campus after hours. Additionally, the defendant had been issued a previous criminal trespass warning for the entire university campus on February 1st, 2025 and October 4th, 2024. The witness stated the defendant had verbally acknowledged the warnings.
All right, Mr. Okonkwo, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to go back to the University of Houston. Do you understand? I'm going to do everything in my power to protect the public. If I find that you are going back, you endanger my public, I'm going to put you in jail. No more PR bonds for you. Do you understand? I know that there have been several issues at the University of Houston. Did they ever find what was, you know?
Not to my knowledge.
Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, Mr. Okonkwo? I'm going to have you fill out an application for me. We'll see whether you qualify for an appointed lawyer. I'm going to have you go to Ramona, sign a reset. I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to be in possession of weapons as well. Do you understand? All right, I'll have you sign a reset and then we'll have you take a seat in the jury box while we find you a lawyer, sir. Please. Ma'am, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. It's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow, so you were facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am. Sorry?
I'll have an attorney.
Okay, we'll get there. Please.
Judge, on February 3rd, 2025, officers were dispatched to an accident at the 4900 block of Fondren Road in Houston, Texas, Harris County. The officers observed a gray 2016 Chevy Malibu to have struck a concrete pillar. The vehicle was still running and the defendant was in the driver's seat of the car. The defendant was the sole occupant of the vehicle. Officers spoke with the defendant and observed signs of intoxication, including poor balance, glossy eyes, and strong odor of alcohol and breath. Officer overheard the defendant tell Houston Fire Department she had a lot to drink. The defendant had just left a club called Good Mood and was on her way home. Officer administered SFTSs, HGN 6 of 6, and did not perform the other standard field sobriety test and was detained.
They took her back and she
He
blew.
was transported back to the station. You guys see red consented breath 0.0162 and 0.167.
Got it. Okay. Can you look her up, see if she's even ready to be ice, please?
That's just.
And one more thing, whether she has a valid Texas driver license as well.
I will see priors.
Okay. Mr. Washington, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. You understand, ma'am? You are not allowed to drive unless you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance, which are also a condition of your bonds. You violate those as well, you will end up going to jail. Do you understand? Yes or no? Did you see whether she has a valid license? Okay. Did you want to apply for an appointed lawyer, ma'am? Did you want to apply for a court-appointed lawyer? Okay, I'll give you an application. I'm gonna have you sign a reason with Ramona, and then we'll have you take a seat in the jury box and then fill it out, and then we'll have you talk to someone here momentarily. Everything happens
Okay,
today.
and come back to you.
I'll let the lawyer explain to you how it works. I can't give you legal advice. And you're charged with criminal trespass. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement where they're offering you 120 days in jail with credit for the 56 days that you've done. You give up a lot of rights by entering the disagreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you can never change this. You understand?
Yes.
This is what you want to do.
Guilty.
You're guilty of the offense, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. It says here that you have a prior assault. Is this true or untrue out of the 488th District Court from last year?
That's you, ma'am.
I'm not sure.
Did you have a prior assault last year? Is that true or untrue?
I don't think so.
Just abandon it. Yeah. All right. All right, ma'am, I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to send you to the agreement. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
So what?
You going home? On this class? You got it.
Mr. Zamora, you're charged with fleeing a police officer. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you, sir.
On February 3rd, 2025, an officer observed a vehicle traveling southbound, making a legal U-turn, and the rear of the vehicle fishtailed during the illegal turn. The officer pursued the vehicle by positioning their vehicle at the fleeing vehicle's rear with emergency flashers on. The officer witnessed the vehicle make multiple illegal lane changes without the use of a turn signal. Additionally, the officer saw the vehicle increase speed. The illegal lane changes were made within 2 car lengths of the vehicle. The fleeing vehicle passed. The pursuit lasted approximately 0.7 miles before the fleeing vehicle finally came to a stop. The defendant was identified by his Texas driver's license. An NCIC inquiry revealed that the vehicle had expired registration and no insurance. The defendant admitted to having just left the bar and had the odor of alcohol on his breath. When asked why he didn't stop, the defendant said, "Oh, I didn't know, I'm sorry."
Attorney for Esther Monzano?
Yes.
So they didn't do any field sobriety tests, anything like that, huh? You're very lucky, Mrs. Zamora. Mrs. Zamora, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. So you said can you look him up to see if he has a valid Texas license?
You don't have a driver's license on file.
Do you know?
I think he does.
If you do not have a Texas driver license, you are not allowed to drive, Mrs. Zamora. I'm making that a condition of your bond. You must also have liability insurance as well. I don't know what your immigration status is, but if you're not in this country with permission and you go to jail and immigration finds you, they're going to put a detainer on you and you will be stuck like Chuck in custody until the case is over with, and then you get shipped off to immigration. That is a 9-month process in and of itself. Do not become a danger to my community. Do not violate these conditions. Otherwise, I will lock you up. And I'm telling you, ICE sweeps it on a daily basis. So if you spend any more than a couple of hours, they'll put their hands all over you. Do you understand?
It seems like
Do
Yes.
not drive. You also have a lawyer. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Adrogan. He will tell you if and when you have to go back to court. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're not responding to phone calls or text messages, likewise, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'll have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. After that, I will get you to Ramona where we will have you sign a reset. And after that, you're free to go. Okay, guys.
Thank you, Judge. I'm here on Jose Triconis. He is in the jury box. He took a drug test this morning and he came out negative. But apparently his bond violation was that he was supposed to show up for one. He was out of town because he
Up, sir.
works out of town quite a bit. We're trying to get him into the PTI program.
Is it with a T or with a D?
I'm sorry?
D. D. Good morning, Mr. Triconis.
Morning.
You know, you're supposed to let your lawyers know.
I did, yeah, I did all that, emails and
No.
everything. Yes, sir.
So when you call them to go, when they call you to take a test, if you don't,
Yeah.
we issue warrants. So that's why you let your lawyers know, hey, I'm going out of town, so they let
Yeah.
us know.
To do that.
So if it happens again, I'm gonna issue a warrant for your arrest. So don't miss if they call and you to test again.
Okay. Do you
And if
understand?
If you're going out of town, let them know. They can let us know, and then we will work out some kind of solution. But you,
I did do that before. That's why
I don't know. All I know is that you didn't show up for the test, and that's not good, not a good thing. So
Okay.
just don't let it happen again, all right?
Okay,
Okay, guys.
okay.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Mr. Echemendia Garcia, you were charged with driving while intoxicated. You were facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine because of the high blow. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
On August 18th, February 24th, an officer was dispatched, on August 18th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a crash and observed the defendant's vehicle with the front right bumper damage stopped at an intersection where the defendant had struck the witness's vehicle. The witness advised the defendant rear-ended him. He saw the defendant in the driver's seat and driving. He observed the odor of alcohol upon the defendant's breath, stumbling when he got out of his vehicle. The witness informed the officers he took the defendant's keys away because he attempted to leave the scene. Officers observed the defendant to have glassy, sleepy eyes, and the defendant admitted to having a can of natural light at 1:30. SFSTs were conducted. 6 out of 6 clues observed on the HGN. 4 out of 8 clues observed on the one leg stand. And 3 out of 8 clues were observed on the walk and turn. The DIC was read and the defendant consented to a breath test. The results were 0.190 and 0.194.
Can you look to see if he has any prior DWIs? Number one.
No criminal history.
Can you look to see if he has a Texas driver license?
He does not.
Mr. Lazaro Echemendia Garcia, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I am now placing bond conditions on you. If you violate these conditions, I will revoke your bond and I will put you in jail. I don't know what your immigration status is, but if you are not in this country with permission and you go to jail and immigration finds you, they will put an immigration detainer on you and you will be stuck like Chuck in custody until the case is over with, and then you will be shipped off to immigration. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs.
Drogas ilícitas.
I will randomly test you. They may call on you to go take a test. If you fail to go take the test, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. If you do not have a Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name, then you are not allowed to drive. I will have you sign with me today an affidavit, which is a promise that you're going to make to me that you're not going to drive.
No vas a manejar.
This I take above all else as serious as it comes. I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care if you need groceries. I don't care if there's a burning building and you have to save 50 kittens. If you do not have a Texas driver license and liability insurance, you're not allowed to drive.
Puede manejar.
Do you understand?
¿Usted lo entiende?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, Mr. Garcia, do you have a
Señor
lawyer?
García, ¿tiene abogado?
No.
No.
Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
La capacidad para un abogado?
No.
No.
I will have you fill out an application and I will take a look to see whether you qualify for an appointed lawyer.
Un abogado de oficio.
Do not leave
No se
until you
vaya.
sign all of our bond conditions.
Todas las condiciones de fianza.
I'm going to tell you now,
Voy a decir ahorita.
this is the only warning you will get from me.
Te voy a dar.
Do not endanger my community.
Mm,
Do you understand?
¿Lo entienden?
Sí, señor.
I don't know what happened to you. I don't know what happened with immigration. I will reinstate your bond now because I do it for every single person one time.
Siempre.
Ever fail to
Pero
show
si
up
usted
again,
vaya a
I'm giving you the
presentarse de
benefit of the
vuelta,
doubt
te
now.
voy a dar el
I'm
beneficio de la
reinstating your
duda.
bond.
Voy a
Otherwise, you would be going to
poner
pay.
atrás.
But if you fail to appear for any more future hearings, then I will revoke your bond. Do you understand?
No, lo voy a decir. ¿Usted me entiende?
Sí.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Right.